good afternoon, good evening. Thank you so much for joining me today on another episode on this channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and also ding the bell for notifications so you'll know when I put out future videos. In today's episode, let's follow up on that story about Daisy Ridley possibly returning to the next trilogy of Star Wars movies. She has confirmed herself that she is not in the next trilogy. She is done with Star Wars after The Rise of Skywalker. This makes me very happy, even though it doesn't make me overly excited for the next Star Wars trilogy due to Game of Thrones Season 8 with Benioff and Weiss coming on board, and also with Rian Johnson attached to his own Star Wars trilogy that nobody wants to see. So Daisy Ridley, this is what she said. Not in the next trilogy. But she does know that this is going to be a separate story and she's not going to be attached to it. In other words, it's not going to be attached to the main sagas, episodes 1 through 9. It's going to be something completely different. And if what is to be believed, Benioff and Weiss are going to the Old Republic, she wouldn't show up in that. She says she doesn't even know what the next trilogy is about and who's directing it or whatever, who's making the films, even though Disney has come out and said that the next trilogy, the next movie anyway, will be David Benioff and D.B. Weiss. Now, to have Rey not attached to the next movie, that works for me. It really, really does. I'm not a fan of the character of Rey. It's nothing against Daisy Ridley on a personal level. She seems like she's a pretty nice person, but J.J. Abrams created that character. The character has no story arc whatsoever. Nothing interesting about her. Everything is just so perfect for Rey. She defeated Kylo Ren with no training. She undermined Luke and put him on his butt. That really irritated me so much. I cannot stand that character. I would much rather see Jar Jar Binks on screen in a Star Wars movie than Rey. That's just my opinion on it. That's just the way I feel. Now, going forward, do I actually think she will show up in a future Star Wars movie? I actually do believe that she will. I mean, maybe she hasn't been told that they want her to come back on board, but I think they're going to really try to push her to show up in a future Star Wars movie. This is their new future of Star Wars. This is their Captain Marvel, per se, to tie in a Marvel reference when Kevin Feige said that Captain Marvel is the future of the MCU. I feel like Star Wars has their future in the character of Rey. That's what I think. But if they're going to the past, it wouldn't make any sense to have her character in the past, as she wouldn't even be around. Now, Rian Johnson's movie is going to the future. If that's technically the follow-up to episode 9, even though they probably won't have a number to it, like episode 10, 11, 12, she could show up in a future Star Wars movie. Now, the question is, will she want to be in another Star Wars movie? Being in a Star Wars movie is really a lot of pressure. It's not going to be, easy to follow up in another Star Wars movie. She may want to go on and do something else, get away from the Star Wars movies. To be honest, I really haven't seen anything from her outside of Star Wars. And if that's really a thing for her, I'm pretty sure she wants to break away from that and show the audience something different from her. Hayden Christensen pretty much did the same thing after he was done with Star Wars. He did some other things and he kind of got away from Hollywood now for the most part. But I've seen some other things that Hayden Christensen has done, and he's actually a pretty good actor if you watch some of his other stuff. Now, Daisy Ridley, that remains to be seen. Like I said, I really haven't seen much from her. But if she doesn't want to be a part of any future Star Wars movies, I completely get it. I don't know her overall true feelings on the Star Wars movies. I don't know how she actually feels about her character in these Star Wars movies. I'm pretty sure that she knows that she is a Mary Sue. She doesn't have a story arc. I wonder if she's voiced her opinion on Rey not having any training in a Star Wars movie. How much did she really know about Star Wars before she came on board? I really don't know. But I find it interesting that she's confirming that she is not in another Star Wars movie that she knows of as of now. Now that could change. It really, really could, because the next Star Wars movie doesn't come out until 2022, so that's 3 years down the road, and there's really no telling what can happen between now and then. It's quite possible that she could show up in some other kind of form. You know, they're going to the streaming service now, so maybe they'll have something on the streaming service that takes place after episode 9, and maybe she'll have some kind of role in that. Maybe she'll have a major role. Maybe they want to go a full Rey movie, you know, based on what happens in Star Wars Episode 9. Maybe there's some more to her character, and maybe they want to expand on that in the streaming service. But I don't know. But guys, what do you think of this? Daisy Ridley confirming that she is not in the next Star Wars movie. So guys, let me know what you think about all this in the comments. If you're new here to the channel, please hit subscribe to catch future videos from me, and we will catch you on the next video. John Matrixx out.